Hello everyone and welcome to this pick a card reading. Today we are going to tap into the energy of the full moon in Gemini happening on November 27th, 2023. So this reading is being filmed the day prior, so if you happen to come across this anytime, we're going to see what messages the full moon has for you. But also if you're happening to tune in at a different time, maybe it's a full moon in a different sign, or just maybe it's Gemini season or something. Point is, anytime you come across this video, then there might be a message for you. So we're gonna go ahead and intuitively select a pile for you to choose. We have 3 different choices here. Over here we have this labradorite tower, pile number 1, a tiger eyes heart for pile number 2, then a fire quartz crystal for pile number 3. Go ahead and take a deep breath, close your eyes, and whatever you think of, or maybe whatever you first see when you open your eyes again, that might be the pile for you. And please remember to take the messages as they resonate. This pick a card reading is only meant to provide guidance. I pull cards. I use tarot as a tool for self-reflection and self-understanding, as well as understanding the energies that surround me. And so I hope with this reading you can find some guidance today as well to help you over the next couple of weeks, months, years, however long you need this information to go for. So we'll go ahead and get started with pile number 1. Hello, pile number 1. So straight off the bat, I am totally loving this energy that you have going on here. For those of you that chose labradorite, maybe you are someone who already has a developed intuition. Maybe you work on strengthening it, or it's just naturally stronger than others might be naturally, or it's just naturally stronger. And maybe you're on a quest of like self-discovery, or just trying to dig deeper and kind of figure out, what's next for me on a very, maybe not spiritual level, but just on a profound level for you. So over here, you'll see we have the 6 of stars, King of Wands, and the 5 of stars in reverse. I feel like maybe lately, or just in the past, you've typically dealt with negative thinking, negative patterns, negative belief, right? Like, for example, always thinking the worst outcome is meant for you, or thinking like nothing good ever lasts, which, is another topic in itself, where it comes from related to change and ups and downs of life. But I feel like you're someone who always expects the worst for themselves. And so with the 6 of stars here and the King of Wands, I think this full moon in Gemini, although maybe you're watching this during a new moon as well, but this full moon in Gemini seems like it's going to show you how much you have to offer, how much power you have, how amazing you are, really. Like, the King of Wands is someone who is passionate, authentic, like unapologetically themselves, and they embrace who they are in a way that's so fun and almost charismatic. I want to say, like, the King of Wands can be infectious with how just how real they are, right? Like, seeing someone who's so real, it's inspiring. It can make you want to feel or be your real authentic self as well. So I think, again, with the 6 of stars and the King of Wands, you're going to be recognizing the ways and all that you have to offer. 6 of stars is about giving and receiving, but more so giving, right? Like, you understand that the laws of the universe, you have to give in order to receive. And but with the stars here, it's such a cute image. I love this deck. I'm kind of seeing that, just the difference from the stars in this card too. You are feeling like I see my sparkle, I see my shine, as cheesy as it sounds, but you're recognizing like all of this glamour that you have. Like, I am I am an amazing friend. I'm someone that people can talk to and not feel any judgment. Or I am very kind and giving, right? Every time, if I can donate $1, I'll donate $1, right? Those are just like little things little good qualities that you're going to recognize in yourself with this full moon in Gemini. But also, even if you don't feel that way right now, just this 5 of stars leading into the 6 of stars, 5 of stars in reverse. This is like, it's almost like you're discarding the things that you don't want to carry anymore, the things that are heavy, the things that are negative. And so with the 6 of stars, I don't know, I'm just getting the sense like, instead of letting things fall away, right? Like saying like, oh, I have no control, I suck, blah, blah, blah. You're choosing to let go, choosing to sprinkle things onto the, like into the world with other people. And so, yeah, I'm excited for you. I think, again, the full moon in Gemini just wants you to embrace like how much of a badass you are, or how much of a strong person you are, how resilient you are, how much you've overcome. Really, really, you'll be able to recognize in all the ways that you're great, which is always a great thing, right? Everyone should understand and see just how amazing they are. I did shuffle some cards prior to starting this, so right now we're gonna shuffle some cards from this other tarot deck that I have. And let's see. Get some advice from the full moon in Gemini, maybe like what you should be aware of. Can we get some advice, please, for pile 1? What does the full moon in Gemini want them to be aware of? The Lovers in reverse. Okay, yes. Oh. Can we get a card? Yeah, I'm kind of seeing you like no longer, not giving an F. Okay. High Priestess in reverse. Okay. And look, the Wheel of Fortune. It's kind of crazy because we were talking about the ebbs and flow of life, and the Wheel of Fortune is a reminder that, you know, we have ups and downs. But oh gosh, being placed under this 5 of stars here. 5 of stars can typically be the card of desolate, the card of feeling poor or feeling lack. On the back of the deck, we have the 8 of Wands. Yeah, so your energy is gonna kind of do a flip with this full moon energy. I'm hearing that maybe, like if you have a friend group, or you're in a club or something, maybe you've always felt like other people are better than you. Maybe you've always felt like, oh, I can't shine alone. You know, like the feeling when you like hanging out in a group with people, but let's say an opportunity comes to hang out one-on-one, you maybe tend to shy away from that one-on-one hangout because you think, oh, I'm not fun enough, I'm not interesting enough. And that's just you like really putting yourself down, right? So with the Lovers in reverse here, High Priestess in reverse as well, these two can represent imbalance when it comes to recognizing your potential again, or understanding all that you have to offer. But with the Wheel of Fortune here, I totally see almost like a 180 coming for you. You're gonna start feeling more confident, you're gonna feel more energetic, you're gonna feel better about yourself. And then some advice here in order to really captivate those kind of things, you know, go on a walk, do some jump jacks for a minute. That's like in terms of if you want to feel active, move your body, right? Moving our body is so beneficial in very many ways. Good for your mind, good for your physical fitness, but also just good for your spirit. So do the things that make you feel good about yourself. Embrace it. And if you don't know what makes you feel good, just do things that sound fun. And spend some time alone. Maybe if you do hang out in group settings too much, take some time to be alone too, because that might help you connect with yourself more and recognize the ways that you're great. And but yeah, Spirit is also saying, maybe you're worried about, you know, like, oh, if I am my authentic self, if I am so great and I choose to do what I want to do, what if these people in my life fall away? But in reality, that's a good thing. You want those, like, people who can't accept you for who you are authentically, they shouldn't be in your life to begin with. Sorry for the harsh truth there, but I think you know that deep within as well. And so again, Spirit is, I'm getting a message here that maybe you're experiencing some anxiety through connections too. And again, if you just focus on yourself and choose to do things that make you feel good, then you will attract good things in your life, including good relationships and good people on top of that. Okay? So now we're gonna go and look at some of the oracle cards we pulled. We have 2 cards here from my moon deck. First, quarter moon in Aquarius, trust the universe. Love that for you. And then this card we have last quarter moon in Gemini, clear your mind. Okay. I mean, with clearing your mind, I can see that, especially next to this Five of Stars in reverse. The stars represent the Suit of Pentacles in this deck, but I can, we mentioned earlier, you kind of like letting go of the negative beliefs and thought patterns you've held basically a lot during your life, and that's a wonderful thing. That's a good thing. Spirit wants you to, again, recognize the ways that all the good things that you have to offer. You know, you should be thinking like, oh yeah, I'm an amazing friend, or I'm an amazing person because I can do this. It's not about being cocky or being conceited. It's just about recognizing your own greatness, right? And then trusting in the universe. Again, maybe this talk of change and like a new energy coming in scares you, but this message right here, especially from the full moon in Gemini, is just to only expect good things, right? Let go of negative beliefs. Let go of that notion that you think only, you know, the worst possible outcome happens to you, when in reality, there's so many good things waiting to come into your life. And again, that can really start to happen once you just recognize the ways that you're worthy of them, you know? Now we're gonna go ahead and also look at another oracle card that we have for you here. Inner peace. Wow, that's beautiful. This is kind of solidifying that notion that you should be at peace with who you are and how you are and what you like and what you enjoy. I can really see this being the key for you. This is a great message, by the way. Like, for this full moon, for it to illuminate this kind of things, especially to illuminate like your own self-worth and your power, that's so awesome. It's going to bring the inner peace that you're looking for, right? And again, if you've been looking for that peace outside of you, I'm hearing that you're just not going to find it, right? Most of us, all of us actually, can just really be more of benefit to the world if we are honest with ourselves and looking for the inner peace within us. Let's go ahead and look at our last 2 messages here. So I think I wanted one of these cards for each deck, but yours had 2. So these are going to be like inner reflection prompts. The first one here says privilege. Advantages, let's see, focus. Privilege, advantages, limitations, sheltered, resources, entitlement, indebted, freedom, superiority, inferiority, shared reality. And then here we have education. Message, information, knowledge, propaganda, ignorance, indoctrination, research, curiosity, and learning. I wonder, this is an interesting message. I think there's 2 sides here. One, if you are looking to pursue education, that is a great, encouraged idea. That's a great step for you to take next in your life. More knowledge is always more power. And with education, you can expand your mind, you can expand your options as well, just by opening yourself up to new things. I don't think people understand the importance of allowing yourself to be open to new things, because you would be so surprised and also so happy at what the universe can deliver. And then with the privilege here, I wonder if, again, kind of looking back at that Black mentality, this is more so like really trying to understand what it is that, like, how you're blessed, right? For example, if we are, let's say you are at home, you don't have anything in your fridge to eat, but you're really hungry, and you're almost hangry and maybe sad, like, oh my gosh, I don't know what to eat. But behind that, like if you have money to go buy yourself something to eat, or if you have money to go and buy ingredients for you to put in your fridge, like that's a blessing, that's a privilege. So it's like the choice, like not knowing what to eat is a privilege, because it just means you have so many options that you can choose from, and maybe you have the resources in order to choose those options for as well. So I'm kind of hearing maybe also pursuing an education is a privilege that you should take advantage of. Maybe you have the opportunity to pursue an education and it's something that you haven't taken seriously enough. So that's another message that I'm getting for you here. But hopefully the words on these cards just helped you kind of think of ways or think of new action to take. But this full moon in Gemini is definitely calling you to take action. First, internally, right? Inner peace, recognizing your power. And then from that, you can start to make really good, powerful forward movement in your life. Okay? So pile number 1, I hope this message resonated. Please only take what feels right. At the end of the day, you know yourself and should trust yourself more than just some random person on YouTube doing a pick a card reading. So I hope this reading gave you things to think about and stuff to take away from, and I am wishing you the best week and the best life, honestly. You are truly amazing. It's like even this pearl in this clan, right? I don't think you realize how freaking awesome you are. Not to mention the High Priestess is all about just like embracing the inner world that you have. You sound very cool, as cheesy as that sounds. Okay, thanks again, pile number 1, for letting me read for you, and I hope you have a wonderful day. Bye. Hello, pile number 2, and welcome to your reading. This is going to be a message from the full moon in Gemini, telling you what energy you should be aware of, maybe what's coming up with this full moon, but all good stuff. So we'll go ahead and dive in. I did shuffle some cards already before this reading, and you'll see here we have the Wanderer in reverse, which I think is a bonus card in this deck. We also have the New Moon and then 10 of Swords. So from the get-go, I'm kind of sensing that maybe you guys have gone through some sort of heartbreak. Doesn't have to be in a relationship, but you've just experienced like a really big disappointment in your life, and you feel stuck. You also feel like maybe you're feeling like you don't know if you can recover from this. And so especially with this, I mean, this tiger eye, this is a very grounding energy, a grounding crystal. And so I'm kind of getting the sense that you guys are kind of just looking for secure ground right now. You're looking for some stability in your life to build on top of, which is good. I get a feeling that you guys are really resilient. You know, unfortunately, this might not be the first heartbreak that you've experienced. However, this particular, again, disappointment that you've gone through has made you feel stuck and kind of prevented you from daydreaming like you used to or looking forward to the future. And so with the new moon here, for one, I'm seeing maybe from the past, maybe you set something in with the new moon that just passed, or maybe you made a wish a while ago and you thought it was coming true and then it just didn't work out. But you know, as they say, rejection can be protection. And so overall though, even though it's a new moon, this kind of looks like a full moon. So I think this full moon in Gemini is going to continue to propel some healing for you, and also a change in direction. The 10 of Swords, you can see, I think that looks like a person at the top. But they've crossed this path with all these swords that are in the ground. And this is typically depicted as like hitting rock bottom. But ultimately, it is the card of like an abrupt end to something that you probably didn't want to end. You know, like your worst fear coming true about a situation. And I just get the sense that whatever ended or didn't work through it's because it just wasn't meant to be. And maybe that's painful to hear right now, but Spirit wants you to know that you are going to be okay. And, you know, let yourself feel and let yourself heal from this, but this is not something that's gonna be around forever. This is just a moment that you're going through, a tough time, but ultimately things are gonna turn around. Like I said, I did shuffle some cards before this reading, but we're gonna take this tarot deck here and get some additional messages, some clarification. What is the full moon in Gemini? I want you to be aware of. What kind of energy is present at this moment? 3 of Wands in reverse. Full moon in Gemini. Can you provide some clarification with these cards here? Explorer of Cups in reverse. Oh yeah, and 6 of Swords in reverse. Oh man, pile 2. I'm sorry. I really get the sense that you guys put yourself out there. You really tried for something. And again, you really thought it was going to work out, and for some reason it just didn't. And you know, you hear those stories about those people like that really try hard at something, whether it's a business or trying to get a job somewhere. They do the best that they can, and they face many rejections sometimes before it all works out. And that's what I'm kind of picking up, that same type of message here. And then on the back of the deck, you have the Wheel of Fortune, which, as some of you may or may not know, it's a very positive card. It just means like things are going to change for the better and come around full circle. And you're going to be blessed in so many ways that you probably can't see right now. But this is definitely a time of healing. So the full moon in Gemini is bringing a period of kind of mend and repair. You putting yourself back together, piecing the things together. I think maybe you had a dream that was crushed. Again, it doesn't have to be like, it's not like, maybe it wasn't a heartbreak with the relationship, but just with the situation. Maybe you thought it was going to work out, and maybe you got let go from a job, or you got rejected from somewhere. And so that's what's showing up here with the 3 of Wands. Especially under the Wanderer, this is someone who's dreaming big and expanding and looking forward to the future. And so with these 2 cards in reverse, again, I see the disappointment there. 6 of Swords in reverse also represents being stuck, right? You were not able, and the Explorer of Cups in reverse, you were not able to move forward in a direction that you thought was like, yep, this is it. This is made for me. This is what it's been all along. And man, you are definitely going through a sharp redirection right now. I don't think this is something that's happened in the future. Again, I think this is something that you're experiencing now, or you've just gone through recently. But with the Wheel of Fortune on the back here, again, things are gonna turn around for the better. You can't see how, but it will get better. So this is more so like encouraging messages from the full moon in Gemini. Maybe by the time this new moon in a couple weeks that happens, maybe it'll be a good time for you to set intentions and just open yourself up. And maybe that'll also be the time where you start seeing little trickles of light hopes of light of hope. I don't know, like just, you're gonna see how things are just gonna improve in the future. So let's go ahead and look at the moon cards we have for you here. So first off, we have, oh, last quarter moon in Scorpio. Reveal what needs to be seen. And then we have full moon in Libra. Find a balance. Okay, I do get the sense that whatever didn't fall through, this is probably something you were working really hard towards. So with the finding a balance, I think this message here is more so, you can see the earth here. There's 2 paths. I love that. There's mountains in the background. I think right now is you're gonna need to find balance. That's for one way you can start to feel grounded again in your life, building that foundation once more. So, you know, if you're laying down a lot, try to get up, exercise. If you've been inside all day, try to sit outside in the sun for 10 minutes. If you're watching TV all day or on your phone all day, try to put that away, right? Limit, just kind of whatever you're doing too much of, try to do the opposite of. Bring that balance into your life. I think that's going to make your healing process also a bit easier. And then revealing what needs to be seen. Last quarter moon in Scorpio. For this, I'm getting a sense that whatever didn't work out, this was actually Spirit's way of showing you something. Maybe maybe if you did work at that job, it would have turned out to be a toxic work environment, right? Or maybe if you were gonna date that person longer, they would have eventually, I don't know, made your heart hurt later on in the future. So whatever didn't work out, Spirit is saying that there's something that you didn't see in this situation, and it'll be revealed. Maybe that's what will be revealed in a few weeks with the new moon in with the new moon card here. So what would be the next new moon? I think our next new moon would be in Sagittarius, yeah, because we're in Sagittarius season. So again, Spirit is just here to give you like a consoling hug, like, you know that things are gonna be okay. You're gonna bounce back. And again, Pile 2, I'm sorry for whatever didn't work through. I hope you're doing okay, and I hope you just remember that, you know, with the messages here, it's gonna turn around and somehow work out for the better. And so let's go ahead and look at our last few oracle cards here. So here we have Voyage. It's interesting with this Six of Swords card here too. You're being shown that I think you're going to be heading in a new direction that's better than what you were previously dreaming of. It's exciting. You're going to go on a voyage. You're going to go on an adventure. But first, you know, that's coming up, I think, later in the future. And then here you have Connect. So to bring together, to make a bond, to foster communication. This is like a journal prompt, sort of, in a way. That's kind of how I use this oracle deck. But there's something here about connection, right? So maybe this was a connection with somebody else or with a business group. Something just fell through, and I'm getting a sense for you to just kind of connect within yourself again, right? Sometimes we put too much of our value or too much of our feelings into someone else or something else, and it can be easy to kind of lose sight of knowing our own capabilities and knowing what we have to offer. So this new full moon in Gemini is really just kind of showing you that I think the worst is over, and after you heal, you're gonna be really pleasantly surprised about what comes next. And I'm so sorry about how dark it is in here. Let's see if we can. Sorry, pile number 2 for the dim lighting in there. I feel like that's maybe an accurate representation of how you felt lately. That dimness, the darkness, just kind of feeling a lull right now. But again, that wheel is going to turn, Wheel of Fortune. Things are going to look up and start to transform for the better. But for now, I think this is a comforting message from the full moon in Gemini that things will get better. You are going to see a new path open up for you. And in the meantime, just wishing you lots of love and sending you hugs and strength your way, because I'm sorry that, again, whatever you've gone through, it hurts. But it's going to be okay. So I feel like the advice for full moon in Gemini, again, is to just do some grounding, find a balance, do little things for yourself that make you feel secure again. And even with this mountain here, you know, and the Wanderer, 3 of Wands, even though they're in reverse, upright with this Voyage card, it's a promise of like a really great future, again, better than you could have ever imagined. Just remember that whatever hardships we do overcome, it just makes us so much stronger for the future. Okay, so pile number 2, this was your message from the full moon in Gemini. I hope it resonated. Please, again, only take what feels right. At the end of the day, you are the master of your own destiny, and you can trust yourself more than some random person on YouTube. So I hope you are able to take away something from this. I hope it gave you something to think about, something to reflect on, an idea of how to go about in your future. And again, I like to thank you guys for letting me pull cards for you. I'll thank your spirit guides. My spirit guides are higher self. And I hope you guys have a wonderful rest of the day and week and life. Okay, thank you. Okay, hello, pile number 3. Those of you that chose this beautiful fire quartz crystal, let's go ahead and dive into your reading and see what messages this full moon in Gemini wants you to know, what's coming up for you, what's coming next, what kind of guidance can we get for this particular moment in your life. And so I've already shuffled some tarot cards for you. Okay, hello everyone. Sorry about that. The doorbell rang. I went to get it and it was my in-laws visiting, so but where were we? Maybe that's symbolic of you receiving a visitation of some sorts or something. Also, please excuse my stuffiness. I am getting over the last bit of a cold. It's just that time of year here at the winter time. During the winter here in the States. Okay, so back to your reading. With the world in reverse, 9 of Swords, 4 of Wands. I'm getting a message. You might have been drawn to maybe one of the other piles, like pile 2, pile 3. There might be a message. I'm sorry, this is pile 2. So pile 2, this is pile 3. So maybe you're drawn to pile 2. Maybe there's a message in there for you. But I feel like you guys you've made a lot of peace with what's happened in your life. With the 4 of Wands, this is actually like a card of celebration, a card of recognition, a card of good things to come. Also, the sun has gone away, so my lighting has changed, but the 4 of Wands, you've overcome the world in reverse, 9 of Swords in reverse. You've overcome a lot of fear, a lot of heartbreak, a lot of challenges, and now what's coming next for you, or what the full moon wants you to be aware of, is that all those things you've overcome, you're actually entering a very blissful part of your life. Like I sense that now good things are happening for you. Good things have been taking place, or they're about to very, very soon. The full moon in Gemini is bringing a lot of potential for victory, or like it's going to be an era of winnings, I'm kind of sensing. With the world in reverse and the 9 of Swords, I also kind of sense that you guys have done a lot of changing, a lot of inner healing, a lot of reformatting, you know, as if you're a Word document or something. But there's been a lot of internal changes you've worked on, which is great. You've overcome a lot of your anxieties, and I feel like you've also cleared out a lot of things from your life, which is great. You actually have created lots of room for new blessings to come in through. And I'm also sensing that 4 of Wands can also represent like a celebration with other people, a marriage. Maybe you're going to get married, maybe you've been engaged, maybe you're going to get engaged. But overall, I'd say right now things are looking very good in your life. And if, you know, maybe you feel, or they're about to look really good. It's really excited. Like, I'm genuinely excited for you. I'm gonna shuffle. So I pulled these cards ahead of time, but we'll go ahead and shuffle some cards on camera. And splitting the deck, we have the Hermit and the Chariot here. So you're probably on a solo journey, but in a good way. Like, again, a lot of that inner work has been completed, or you've just, maybe you've moved, maybe you've cleaned out or moved to a new location, like a new apartment or something. But or you're going to get ready to move. 4 of Wands can also kind of represent celebrating a home, whatever home means to you. So we're gonna shuffle some cards here. What does the full moon energy? Okay, perfect. This one, 9 of Swords in reverse again. Wow, you guys maybe used to be very fearful. Maybe you used to live in fear, or just kind of live with extreme anxiety. If you have, I'm right there with you. I kind of went through a whole thing of doing a lot, like daily journaling, daily meditation. I tell people all the time, I did a 30-day meditation challenge, and it changed my life. It really helped me overcome and manage my anxieties. And here we have the Hierophant in reverse, 9 of Swords in reverse, 9 of Pentacles, wow, under the 4 of Wands. Okay, so maybe there's a lot of abundance in your life, or there's a lot of abundance coming in. Maybe you've been working towards earning more money or just kind of having more resources available to you. And I think with the full moon in Gemini here, these cards are pointing to the fact that that's coming in very soon for you. Knight of Swords though, it's showing up in reverse. Again, that's really significant that it's coming from two different decks. On the back of the deck here, we have the Devil in reverse. Oh yeah, you guys have I want to give you a round of applause. You should pat yourself on the back because you've really done great work when it comes to not fixing things, but just like readjusting to how life is and to how you view things. So again, really commend yourself for that. And Spirit wants to also commend you that. Like the full moon is really celebrating you. It wants you to be joyful and trust that like, okay, I've completed this chapter. You are truly ready for the next chapter. And with the Devil in reverse as well in the back of this deck, that means the Devil is kind of like about addictions, being trapped, repeating negative patterns, and also not like, it's almost like you do it from a state of not knowing, a state of ignorance, right? You do it from an ignorant place. And you think with the Hierophant here too, you've really learned, maybe you've read a lot of self-help books, maybe you've read or watched more documentaries or something, but you've come to learn a lot. And I don't think your journey's over, right? You're still learning, but I think what's coming next is gonna be something that's a little unorthodox, but a lot of fun. You're gonna be entering a chapter of fun and freedom, and I think that's something that you're really looking for. You want to kind of experience new things, like shocking new things, but in a good way. You're ready to shake up your world. You're ready. You're gonna be entering a phase where you just feel ready for anything in life, and it's really fun. It's infectious, really. Like I feel motivated myself right now. We're gonna pull some moon cards, oracle cards that I had shuffled ahead of time. So here, keep your heart open. First card of Moon Libra. Love that. Keep your heart open. So yeah, be excited. Trust in what's coming. And then here, release control. Yes. You know, with the World, this is really clarifying, like all these cards here in reverse. The World, Nine of Swords, the Hierophant. I think you have given up a lot of control. Maybe you had control issues in the past, whether it's controlling relationships or controlling things in your life, or being bossy maybe. No room, like being really stiff because you're just afraid, right? You felt like you had to control things in order for good things to happen. And again, you've done a great job of kind of letting those worries go, but it's almost like this full moon is kind of bringing all that to a close in a good way, right? Like you're going to continue releasing control and you continue opening your heart because there's really good things in store for you. I mean, Nine of Pentacles is the ultimate card of wealth and abundance. Yes, in our physical world, but also just like at a foundational level with us in this earth. You're going to be feeling extremely resourceful, bringing in resources maybe, but really, really exciting things happening for you. Excuse me. Wow. And this other oracle card we're going to pull here, love. Okay, keeping your heart open. Maybe there's a chance for a relationship to happen. Maybe what's coming up for you is going to be in the world of love, because you've done so much inner work and you've really changed the way you look at things and view yourself. You're going to attract the right type of loving energy that you deserve. And then this card here is polarization. So how have you fallen to extreme attitudes or thinking? How have you failed to consider nuanced and alternative perspectives? And how have you been subjected to the inflexibility of others' beliefs? Wow. This goes perfectly with this release control card here. And even look at the moon, right? Like it's first quarter moon. So it's like changing from, I think, the new moon to the full moon. And that kind of looks like here too, right? Changing from the new moon to the full moon. And again, that's like that whole process of a completion and things coming to an end. So polarization, releasing control. I hope I'll hold this up for you here too, because you might be able to journal feel free to pause the video, look at these prompts here, ask yourself these questions, write them out. But this also makes me think of the double card that we saw in the back of the other deck, because that's kind of like being rigid, that's being extreme, right? Doing things to the extreme in a bad way. There is such thing as too much, unless it's love. But anyways, but too much of anything is not typically a good thing. So you're being asked to be flexible with your beliefs and to keep your heart open, right? Continue that path of letting go. It just feels so breathtaking, not breathtaking. It's like a relief when you just like breathe out and you're like, all right, I let go of all my worries. Whatever happens, happens. I'm going with the flow. That's the type of energy that you've been cultivating, and I kind of just see you running with that forever in a good way. That type of attitude is just gonna help you attract more things and let go of the unnecessary worry and stuff like that. So again, you've done like really positive inner work, and you have a lot of positive inner changes, and this message is really lovely to receive with this full moon in Gemini. You seem, again, ready for whatever comes next, and yeah, the full moon is just kind of congratulating you, and the universe is celebrating you and wants you to celebrate yourself and look forward to, you know, more loving things and more heartwarming things coming into your life, and look forward to abundance. And, you know, I know this message is kind of short, but again, if you felt called to another pile, go ahead. There might be a message for you there. Although I do think you are just kind of ready for the next step. You are ready, truly. And so, pile number 3, I'd like to thank you for allowing me to pull cards for you. I'm going to thank your higher self and my higher self and our spirit guides for allowing us to channel these messages. I hope you were able to take something away. Please know to only take what resonates and leave the rest. At the end of the day, you are the best determinator when it comes to what's for you and what's coming next. Trust your intuition, and just know you have all the power to make your life the way you want it to be. So again, thank you guys for allowing me to pull these cards. I hope you have a wonderful full moon in Gemini and a wonderful rest of your week. And I will see you guys next time. Thank you, and bye-bye.